So today on Project Shop, we actually have a potential buyer for this generator, which has the same engine as this, big old V10 Ford in it. I charged the battery up yesterday and got this thing to crank over, but I had a fuel thing I made, and last time we were trying to start that generator where Steve was trying to fix the thing, I ran it over with the whole generator, broke this piece off and cracked that. So hopefully it still works. This is a regulator I found in the scrap. I got a whole bunch of regulators in for scrap. This one's a little out of calibration. It says it's got 100 psi, but this is the one we're looking for. Inlet LP gas, maximum inlet pressure 14 H2O. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna keep it below 14 on this gauge. We got a whole thing of propane here, and let's see, my universal Generac key. If we can get this running, we got to send the guy a video, and then deliver it down there in Homestead. So put this here. Probably should go get some Teflon tape. All right, I'm actually gonna I have a little cart that I'm gonna set up with like 2 big batteries, a propane tank, and a little bit of gasoline, and maybe some diesel fuel, so I can start any type of engine. Because yesterday we had a diesel generator we sold for 800 bucks that had been sitting around here forever. Okay, one more. All right, not bad. Now you go to the other side, check our control panel. Okay, so of course I bought the wrong size. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Of course, someone would put a screw back there. Well, that one can stay loose. Somebody put a lock nut. Kidding me. So, wow, neutral, E3, E1 connections, 300 amp. Okay. Well, we should be getting 220 out of these two poles here. This is off, so we can just check the top of it. $225, $224. I guess we can just check it right here. It looks like it's coming right off of it. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see, we'll crank this down. Actually, I don't know which way is oh, she's creeping up. 15. Oh, maybe we back it all the way off. Okay, it's either going to work or we're going to blow up. I think I charged this battery up yesterday pretty good, hopefully. It's not beeping. This thing was beeping yesterday. What do we got here? Manual. Okay, we're open. Oh, let's see what that does. There might not be enough pressure. I don't know if there's a pressure sensor. We got to check and see if these solenoids are activating. Right here. These things. And I don't know if this is required to read the pressure and then this opens. Maybe we crank it up a little bit. Oh. I mean, look at the size of that pipe and look at the size of that. This might not be enough volume, but it should at least crank over. I'll have to get my voltmeter out and measure some voltages. We got an alarm. Something unplugged here. don't know what that is. Maybe that's a diagnostic thing. No HTS, one common.
What's up, man? I heard you cranking on this bad boy.
I don't know if it's opening the solenoid.
Okay, do your thing.
Is that open? That thing says don't let it go more than 14.
No, man, you don't want it.
Yeah.
You don't want it going there.
You ready?
No, just turn it on. I want to see if they're clicking.
How do you turn it on? Without it starting?
Well, shit, you can't, can you?
No, it's just gonna start up.
Okay, go for it then. The solenoid ain't clicking. What do you got going on over there? Dude. Can you see that screen? Is there some way to turn the light up on it?
I can see it fine.
Oh, you can? Here. Power hanger 100 controller. It's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Press menu. The blinking cursor should now be under the A.
Yeah.
Okay. To use the left arrow key to move the blinking cursor to the E in exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did it go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3. Press enter. The blinking cursor should now be under the. It should be now be under the.
Yeah. More.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 4. Press enter.
Okay.
5. Use the arrow keys to move the cursor to the Y or the N that is displayed in front of the quietest selected.
The Y or the N? There's an N.
Okay, go to the Y or the N. You see them?
Yeah.
Okay, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's for the quiet test. Selected. Okay, press enter.
I did.
Use the up and down arrows to either select either in for no or quiet test select Y for quiet test selected.
Start exercise now.
Press enter and press menu.
What do you want, Y or N?
Y. Enter in menu. You were off.
It has to be in auto?
Brother man. It should be trying to start right now. Right?
What is that?
I don't know. What is it? Why don't we have our alarm going off?
Because you unplugged it.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Why would that alarm be going off?
I just was wondering why it wasn't.
Why would it go off?
It shouldn't. Did you make sure the fuses hadn't tripped?
What fuse?
Located inside. I'm just trying to help. Oops. Okay, we got this.
That's a remote thing.
Yeah, well, the remote thing is still plugged in. It shouldn't be, because it's fucking on. This thing's on. And it's on. I'm going to shut this off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remote monitoring. The fuses are here.
How they look?
I guess they're okay.
Are they?
I don't know.
We got one up here for some reason.
That's good.
That's good. Okay. Let's see when I plug this in, this light comes on.
That's good.
Yellow light. On. Yellow light. Let's see what we got, man. Let's try and throw it into manual.
Okay, this is where we're at. Thank God we had this other engine sitting here, because I'm like looking around. I call my generator guy. He gives me a couple pointers to check for. First, he told me to check this, and he said we might not be able to get it with this. But I looked. As soon as I pulled this panel, I seen this. I'm like, huh, that looks interesting. It looks like it goes right there, which is missing. That's the crank sensor. I sent a picture of that to him. He goes, yeah, you're missing the crank sensor. It'll never start. So thank God we have this V10 sitting here. Same motor. And there's our crank sensor. Hopefully this one's good.
There you go.
And maybe we can get this thing fired up. I'm glad I didn't take that engine, just drop it up in this in the big trailer. I'm gonna clean this. Should I clean this off, man?
Huh? What?
Should I wipe that off?
Huh?
Or just shove it in there?
Let's see what's yeah.
Okay.
He got it for
He got it for a crank sensor. Must be a problematic part, huh? Looks like somebody hot wired it. I think that's the
He got it right there.
I don't even know what that is, but
Right.
we're gonna let that slide. This, who knows what that is? Is that supposed to be plugged in too?
What is it?
I don't know, man. It's like just an empty thing.
I'm not sure. On the exhaust over there?
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah, I looked at it. I'm not sure. It looks like it should be, but...
Okay, and of course, we got some rain here. I gotta be careful with this camera. I got the media mod on it. It is not waterproof, but I'll come back with some news here in a minute if we can get this fired up and get a video out to the guy. We can get this thing sold today. Okay, here's the issue. I put 12 volt directly to the solenoid that opens, and I didn't see anything happen. This is what lets the fuel actually go into the unit, and this has to suck it up. And let me see if I can show you. It was working kind of intermittently, and it doesn't seem like it's working that well. Okay, once it gets like out here, it's not doing nothing, and it's like, it is popping off. I don't know if it's just dirty or like, I'm not sure how far it sits, but it's like, it's definitely intermittent. But the cool thing is, see all this? In stock, I literally have a whole entire brand new setup if I had to swap the whole thing out. But I could just pull that off. But what I think I'm gonna do, if I can find my screwdriver, I think I'm gonna try to pull the one off of this one first. It's basically the same setup. I kind of trashed this thing. It is, let me get the forklift out here. Oh, we got 2 of them that we can try to recover. So let me get the forklift over here and see about getting that off. Okay. So, kind of messed that up. I really should be saving these. A lot of times, man, I get these generators in, and most of the times it's just a rotted out frame. Like this one ran. He said it ran. He took the radiator off and some specific parts, but the frame was just, oh, he took the housing. The housing was aluminum and still pretty good. But it's like little things like this, and he has a whole sea of generators sitting over there, and he just goes and grabs parts. And he said that this is a common thing that goes bad on these right here. Oh, this one looks much nicer. I'm gonna clean that up before I put that in there. Let me find that spring. Okay. We'll use some other screws if we have to. Let's go test this one. Okay, so I'll show you the difference here. The inside of that one looks kind of messed up. That one is super clean. Hopefully it works. And then look at the plungers. Look at the difference there. This is much nicer, much cleaner. Hopefully it's just a quick swap, and let's just give this a little test, make sure we're good. Seems like it's snapping a little better. What I am going to do is clean these ends up a little bit. I think it might be just a corrosion issue. So let me go find a little piece of abrasive, and then we'll get this back on. Okay, here's the situation. I got this thing swapped out, and it seemed to be working. We cranked it up. It seemed like it was low voltage, so we swapped batteries. I got the charger on it. Steve went and got some starter fluid. We actually got this thing to fire up, so the crank sensor is actually working now. That's one issue, but the issue we're having is this regulator. I wanted to see while this was off if we're actually getting pressure to this pressure switch, because if this thing is not getting pressure, which is weird, that thing was actually getting 9 volts.
Yeah, it's getting voltage, but not pressure.
Yeah, but there was no fuel coming through the line. There's nothing getting past this. So we got an issue inside here. Not sure what's going on there. I got a bucket of regulators. We're gonna try to figure something else out here real quick, and we'll get back to you. Okay, this is what we got. I found this regulator, looks really nice. It's weird that it has a negative on there. Not sure what that means, but I'm gonna have to pull off that side and this side and swap it with these 2 pieces. Something's going on with this regulator on the inside. It was letting a little bit out and then stopping. So we're just gonna swap the parts. Probably why I got these in scrap. Like, I was at the scrap yard one day and there was literally just a whole pile of these regulators in the brass pile. And I just grabbed like a bunch of them because they looked really fancy. But obviously, someone scrapped them for a reason. I did wind up using like one or two. I think I used like 2 of them out of the thing before for some other projects. And I had no issues. Let's put that back before I lose that. Had no issues, but for whatever reason, this one got all kinds of issues. And I was thinking maybe the propane was freezing something up. And I'm sure like you would have to have special seals for certain things, because it's a nice chunk of brass, if anything. I had bought, or my forklift propane tank, that way. The propane tank on my forklift, the seals were bad in it. And I have a bunch of seal kits here, and I just grabbed some seals I had, but they got like brittle and they broke, and it didn't last long at all. I should probably be using a smaller pipe wrench. Okay, and who knows, maybe get a pick. Maybe something fell down in there. I don't know. Like this stuff. Some old like Teflon tape or whatever this is. But anyway, back to the propane. On the forklift, okay, it says in. I had to go buy, I went to the forklift repair place and I bought the seals. They were cheap, man. They're like $2. And there were no problems, but just putting random seals in there, they froze up, but it was a problem. Okay. Hopefully we get better results with this. We just need to get this thing fired up so we can take a video of it running. And now this might be tricky because this has a thing on it. Maybe I can pull that off. Steve, he's funny. So he sells stuff online all the time, so I asked him to put this online. And you know, he's got time to deal with people, I don't. So we had another generator in here that's been sitting in here for a while, the Kubota 3-cylinder diesel. And he's like, oh, I got a buyer coming to buy it for $800. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But he didn't have it running and couldn't check the to see if it was charging. So the guy got here and was like, oh, well, I want to see it run. I'm like, Steve, what did you think, man? Like, people were just going to show up and buy something sight unseen without seeing it run? That's kind of crazy. Hopefully this was just, you know, swap a couple parts from another generator and get it going and get it sold. Okay. All right. Bam. Ready to rock and roll. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that's unfortunate. That's the same thing that happened with the other one.
What?
It blowed for a second and stopped.
What? Maybe that's why they threw them fuckers away.
Oh, this thing here is... Something happened here. I don't know what's going on there. This ain't turning. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to open this thing up, see what the hell the problem is. Okay. I hear pressure coming back out of it. It's like building pressure up inside. All right, let's go check it out. This is not what I wanted to be doing. Okay. Okay, and make sure all this stuff goes back the way it came out. This looks really nice inside. Oh. Whoa. Huh? It's the tank? No fucking way.
Remember we had a bad one?
Those are brand new tanks. Did I just destroy this thing for no reason?
No. This one ain't going either.
Is that the problem? This ain't going in it far enough?
Yep. Exactly. We're not in there tight enough, we're in there far enough. You know? Yeah.
Okay. I feel like a complete idiot. I took all this apart. Our original regulator probably works, so I might just swap the parts back over to that real quick, and then, or I'll try to put this back together. The problem is we're not getting nothing to push on these. This isn't going in far enough. What was this for, and why ain't this working with it?
It does work with that. It's for that. I use it with that. What's the run?
Yeah, one of these burners right here.
Give me one of those burners. Is there wet on it?
Oh, we took it off. All right, this is where we're at. We completely just went away from that regulator because we drilled it out. We had flow, we had a bunch of stuff going on, but the problem is it wasn't enough volume and low. It was just weird. Yeah, they talked to my buddy. He said you actually need 2 pressure regulators to do it on a small tank. But I had this 100-gallon tank just sitting there that someone gave me with 60 gallons of fuel, and I almost sold this yesterday for $300, and I decided not to. And I literally, this is the regulator that came with it. I plumbed it in, and oh shit, it should be coming, and everything seems to be working great. Oh, did I turn that on? Woo! She purred like a kitten. What we got? Yeah, well, it actually tells you your voltage right here. Look right here, Steve. It says the voltage. So she's running good. Sounds good too. We just had to replace the crank sensor and that one thing, and she's ready to ride, man. All right, man, I got this thing strapped down, and we're about to head down south. I gotta stop in Pompano, pick something up with these crates real quick, and then I'll be heading your way. Okay, it's the next day. I forgot to film because it was absolutely pouring. We are way south, but we did sell the generator, and we just delivered it. I didn't have the ability to film. Kind of a private residence. This guy does generator service. Might be a new contact for generator scrap and selling generators. But since this is so far south, we stopped and picked up some nuggets. Not too big of nuggets, but decent little plow. All these things work. Wait till you see what I got in the truck. We got some high-end grow lights that someone bought to put in their warehouse, but it threw off a weird light, and then they decided to change them back to different styles because they bought the wrong LEDs. These LEDs actually work too. So we're $2,500 today, and I spent $1,000 on the scrap here. And then yesterday we sold an $800 generator, so I gave Steve $500. I kept 3. He did all the work fixing the flex plate and selling it. Plus I already gave it to him like a year ago, and it's just been sitting in my warehouse. But anyway, I'm gonna relocate the scrap a little further back over the axle, and then we're gonna get out of here. We sold a small 3-cylinder diesel capoted generator for $800. I gave Steve $500, or basically it was Steve's generator I gave him, so he took $500. I got 3, and then I sold that large generator for $2,500. Gave Steve $500. I pocketed $2,000, and I was into that generator for, I think I paid $150 for the first one that I swapped out. I might have had between delivering it and picking up the other generator $50 of diesel, you know, and a little bit of time, half a day of time. So I was into it for about $200, and so yeah, so $1,800, and I didn't have to touch it. Oh, I did have to work on it and get it running, but you know, that was pretty simple. The amount of time it would have taken me to break that down and what I would have gotten out of it was way less than selling it as is. Plus I made a good contact and got a new source for a product that I'm going to need a lot of coming up here soon. Wait till you see that. And potentially a new source for scrap. So being that it's probably going to rain today, I'm going to start right here and start just scrapping my way into the shop, and then hopefully get my $6,000 goal by the end of the day. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Watch it. Look, it's dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before?